Morning, morning, morning. Happy Sabbath. I'm here on the Sabbath, just relaxing. I want to talk about the Sabbath a bit. The Sabbath, what the Sabbath is to me, why I observe the Sabbath. Several things about what people think about the Sabbath, why they don't keep it. Just Sabbath, Oh, look at these, what are these girls doing? Look at these girls. What are they doing? Anyway, this video is not about squirrels. I don't know what that was. I don't know why I even did that, but anyway, so Sabbath. So was watching a video by one of my favorite street preachers yesterday, and he was talking about why the Seventh-day Adventist church doctrine is wrong, and he talked about the Sabbath. That they keep the 7-day Sabbath, and he was saying that the Sabbath was not given before eternity, and that it's just a memorial, and excuse me, and that it's done away with. Alright, I'm not Seventh-day Adventist, okay? I just obey God's 10 Commandments, or try to obey the 10 Commandments, which are not, it's not impossible to obey the 10 Commandments. Okay? If it was impossible, God would not give it to us in the first place. God is not what do you call it now? A sadist, gets pleasure from torture, derive pleasure from torturing people. All the commandments that were given in the Bible, we could obey them. That's why He gave them to us. They could have been obeyed. People refer to the part where Peter said in the New Testament, when they were talking about the Gentile Christians. I think it was Paul, the Apostle Paul, yeah. Paul or Peter? Talking about the commandments, how the law, how in reference saying that, okay, you want to put these burdens on the new believers when you yourselves could not keep them. People refer to that as saying, okay, well, yeah, see, the commandment couldn't be kept. He was not saying that, I don't recall if it's Paul or Peter. I think it's Paul, the Apostle Paul. Yeah, I don't think he was saying that, that it was impossible to keep them. He was saying that simple people just didn't keep them. Just refused to keep them. Yes, he did say that you could not keep them. Alright? That you yourselves could not keep. Right? But again, going back to what God did, when God gave us the commandments and they were not kept, people were punished. Right? People were punished. So God would not give us something to keep that we couldn't keep, and then He would punish us because it wasn't kept, right? The logic is just there, right? People, Deuteronomy, all the laws, Leviticus, keep these laws. When the people didn't keep them, God punished them. That doesn't make any sense. So when the apostle was saying, okay, you want to put these burdens on the new believers, the Gentile believers, but you yourselves couldn't keep them, he's definitely saying you want to put the burdens on the believers, when you yourselves, would not keep them, right? You would not keep them. And that's why Jerusalem, Israel was punished, because, they, like God said repeatedly, obey my laws and statutes, and they came to them early in the morning, pleading with them, they sent prophets, and they wouldn't listen. But the Sabbath, the Sabbath is, a day that, the 7th day, when God made everything, on the 7th day He rested, and He sanctified the Sabbath day, He made it holy. It's a day that God, He sat back as some would say, throwback, relaxed, and say, you know what, we should do that too. Alright? I don't see how the crucifixion of Christ eliminated that. How is that even possible? Because Christ was crucified, okay, we don't need a day to rest and reflect on God. When Christ himself kept the Sabbath day also, going to the synagogues at teaching on the Sabbath day. The apostles themselves also, at least the Jewish apostles anyway, went and reasoned on the Sabbath day. Okay? Why would somebody look at the Ten Commandments and say that, the Sabbath day, the fourth commandment, is no longer to be obeyed? It's a memorial. It is, God done away with. Why would you not want a day to rest? Number one, simple logic. Okay, why wouldn't you, if I said to you, okay, on the 7th day of the week, I want you to rest. And you said, no, I don't want to rest on the 7th day of the week. You want to rest on the first day of the week, on Sunday. That's what you want. I'll rest on the first day of the week, not the 7th day. Yes, still, a Sunday is a day of rest, right? For the majority of the world, right? It's a day of rest, right? But just not the Sabbath day, not the 7th day, right? So then why not, have church? Why bother take Sunday off from work? What's the deal with Sunday? You don't want to observe the 7th day, but you want to observe the first of the week. And oh yes, you have arguments for that too. There are arguments for making Sunday the day of the Lord's Day of a sudden, the Lord's Day. So it's switched. So there is a Lord's Day for you, for some people, not for you. I don't know who I'm talking to here. There is a Lord's Day, but it's just not the 7th day no more. It's Sunday. Okay. Keeping the Sabbath. The Sabbath is not right. Right. But you have a day of rest anyway, not Sunday. I don't see anywhere in the Bible where the Sabbath day was, as a practice, was abolished. I don't see it. I just don't see it in the Bible. Don't see it. This Sabbath day was given from creation. When God made everything, He made everything. It's a part of creation. Okay? It's a part of creation. God made everything. And then on the 7th day, it is in creation, number one. It's in creation. Then He gave it to man in His laws, the first 4 commandments, which are the commandments as to how we should act towards God. The first commandment, love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, soul, mind, and body. 2, don't worship no graven image. 3, don't take the Lord name in vain. 4, remember the Sabbath day. And the Sabbath day is like, the longest commandment. But that's the one that's eliminated. No, let me tell you why people don't want to observe the Sabbath. It's the churches. Let me tell you why. Because it goes against culture. Plain and simple. Observing the Sabbath goes against what is normal. And churches nowadays, all they want to do is be normal. They want to fit in and not ruffle no feathers. They want to go with the status quo, with the as is. And they do not want to do anything different, to stand out, to be persecuted. Okay? Go along to get along. That's churches today. Alright? If it's normal, they want to fit in. The Bible said that we should be peculiar. We should be different. Salt of the earth. If Jesus Christ kept the Sabbath, why don't you? Why don't you? Right? And if he himself never said to change, to get rid of it, why are you doing that? Why are you observing Sunday? Because the Catholic Church said you should? That's why you're observing Sunday. If the Catholic Church did not change it, you wouldn't have, you wouldn't been doing it. You wouldn't have had no arguments against the Sabbath. Because, you can't find in the Bible. You have little things here and there that you pick and choose, but there's no explicit commandment that says, okay, the 4th commandment is now done away with. The 4th commandment. Oh, by the way, and this preacher said that all 10 commandments are the law and they're done away with. Really? The most ridiculous thing I ever heard. The 10 commandments are done away with. All 10 commandments. Absurdity. No, we have a higher commandment. What higher commandment is there? All commandments come down to the 10 commandments. Every single last one of God's laws come down to the 10 commandments. Every last one. That is the foundation. Matter of fact, in the Ark of the Covenant, the 10 commandments were placed in the Ark of the Covenant. And the Ark of the Covenant is a replica of God's throne in heaven. Right? That's like saying, this is what God sits on. This is it. This is His law. That's it. You're confused, come back to the 10 commandments. Right? But no, the 4th commandment, no, that's gone. No, that's done away with. Oh no, and this preacher said, which I do like this preacher, by the way. He does a good work going out there and preaching to the public. Oh yeah, all the commandments are gone away with. With a higher law. What higher law is there than to, love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and body? Don't worship no graven images. Don't use the Lord's name in vain. Remember the Sabbath to keep it holy. Honor your father and mother. Don't murder. Don't commit adultery. Don't steal. Don't bear false witness against your neighbor. Don't covet your neighbor's property. What other laws are there? Every law come back to those laws. Every single one. But the fourth commandment, the Sabbath day, you can play with that one. You can toy with that one. You can't say that, you should commit murder. You can't say you should commit adultery. You can't say you shouldn't love God. You can't say, you don't take the Lord's name in vain. Right? You can't say, don't bear false witness. You can't say, don't, covet your neighbor's property. But the fourth commandment, the Sabbath day, you can play with that one. You can toy with that one. And you make all kind of debates and arguments against it. But there's a God. And as long as, time exists, as long as, there's sun and the moon and stars, the Sabbath day, as it says in Isaiah, the Sabbath day exists. Okay? So, I would remember that the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Yes, it does cost to, remember the Sabbath day. It does cost to go against the culture because Saturday is a big commerce day for people, especially in America, in Jamaica. Big commerce day, and then Sunday they rest. So it does cost, but guess what? Jesus Christ is Lord. He'll provide. And I hope that you too will obey God's word, obey God. God is real. He governs in the affairs of men, and no matter what man say, his law will always be honored. And he will reward you for your sacrifices for him. So remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. Not no 7-day Adventist thing, not no whatever thing. It's just God's commandment. So happy Sabbath.